You're listening to the Betoota Advocate's weekly news wrap on Desert Rock FM 96.5.
Hello and welcome to the weekly Betoota News Bulletin. It is that time of the week. It's the end of the week and you will notice my nasally towny voice instead of Clancy Overall opening at the top of the show. Clancy is off down to Sydney for a work trip.
That's not what I heard. I heard he had consumption.
Consumption?
Consumption.
I thought it was popcorn lung.
Well, he has been...
What is popcorn lung?
It's from vapes.
Well, he has been vaping a lot in the office.
Like plenty of people, really.
Yeah, look, I'm not one to vape. I don't think they're very... I don't think they appeal to me very much.
You like the analogs? The old school stuff?
Yeah, look, mate, call me old-fashioned, but I just enjoy a bit of air.
Well, the experiential value of a vape is just not there, I don't think. It's not quite the same
I think smoking, it feels bad, it tastes bad, and that's what I want from smoking. I want it to feel unhealthy. And
yeah.
It's like taking medicine. It tastes so bad that it must be good for you.
Exactly.
I want it to make my skin look like an old basketball that's been stuck on the garage roof for 16 years.
Yeah. That's what I want it to do. And you're not getting that from a little lychee.
I'm not getting that where, that was made in some bathtub in mainland China and put on a shipping container and brought here.
And then sold by a 16-year-old out the front of your local McDonald's.
Exactly.
Anyway, Clancy, he's not here. We're not quite sure where he is by the sounds of things, but my name is Wendell Hussey. That's the voice of Errol Parker there. Say hello to everyone.
Hello,
Errol Parker.
Everyone.
And Effie Bateman is
hello.
also Effie Bateman. So that's what's happening, and we'll get into the weekly news wrap. We'll start off with a national story. And the Commonwealth Bank have confirmed that their record $5.1 billion profit is a necessary part of curbing inflation.
Yes, the Commonwealth Bank of Australia has this week confirmed that everything is working the way it should be. After months and months of rate increases added to an already ballooning cost of living crisis, the good people at CommBank have revealed that them making record profits is a crucial part of getting the economy back in check.
Yes, it's all part of avoiding a full-blown recession, and if you don't understand basic economics because you're a dumbass, inflation goes up, interest rates go up, money goes out of the economy, aka consumers' hands, money goes into the bank's hands, and then the economy levels out. Simple.
Plain and simple.
Makes sense.
Certainly does make sense to Philip Lowe.
Well, he went to MIT, which, unless you have been living under a rock, is the university from Good Will Hunting. And
it is.
Our Reserve Bank governor, he's from Turvey Park down there in Wagga Wagga. So I guess you could call him our own Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
He is Will Hunting.
Good Phil Hunting. Esteemed institution, MIT. You think someone who's went to such an esteemed institution would know how to fix the economy, get on top of it?
Well, he has a lot of levers that he can pull to get our economy back on track, and raising interest rates is just one of them.
Yeah.
So we'll see what other tricks he has.
And one he likes pulling. Another few months to go.
Yes, and another one here from Clancy Overall's podcast feed.
Yeah, the headline on it reads like this. Andrew Tate, worshipping teenager, meets his match against drunk uncle who grew up on Christopher Hitchens.
Yes, an easily impressionable yet staunchly self-assured white boy has today learned that there's always a bigger fish in the pond. Because after causing months of panic and concern for his parents, Betoota Grove teenager Jack Ogilvy has officially graduated from edgelord to full-blown TikTok philosopher, and that's something which his parents have decided to get on top of.
With a young man spouting the philosophy of online cue ball named Andrew Tate around the clock, the parents of Jack called in on the big guns, Jack's heavy-drinking boat builder Uncle Richie, who's never shied away from confrontation. As a man raised on the philosophy of a much more learned British-American cultural commentator named Christopher Hitchens, Richie seems to be the only man willing to go toe-to-toe with his brainwashed nephew. And if you don't remember him, Hitchens is remembered as one of those great philosophical contrarians from a time before social media algorithms dictated who is and isn't speaking the truth.
As Richie told his nephew, and I quote him here, "What's all this Christian society shit, mate? Do you know how hard your aunts and I worked to make sure your kids didn't have to go to mass every Sunday with Gran? It's fucking boring, especially when you're hungover. Grow the fuck up, mate."
He then said, "You know your mum still washes your sheets, right? Like you get driven to school by your mum. She does that before she goes to work. every morning. I just think you need to settle down, mate. Punch a few bongs and watch some young Bill Hicks, mate.
Wise words from Richie. Obviously, uncles are the most capable of causing an impression on a young mind, a young teenage one. Moving along to some more national news now, and there's a new rule in Monopoly Australia which allows players born between 1946 and 1964 to start with houses on the board. What do you make of this, Errol?
Not good news if you are a Monopoly player under the age of 50. As builders of the game came out to confirm, the baby boomers start with houses on the board, and rules are rules.
Yeah, it's all part of a push to ensure that the game is as realistic as possible, with younger players now allowed to rent houses until they eventually give up and the game is over. It's obviously garnered a lot of criticism online, but people are always banging on about making games realistic, and I think you've got to give it to the creators on this one.
Yeah, there was a comment here from a young man named Mitch Burke, 87. He said, the boomers have to pay 18% interest during one lap around the board, but complain about it for the rest of the game, despite winning.
Grow up, Mitch. Get a better job.
And now wrapping the week up with some relationship news, and an Irish labourer proudly endures public transport with Valentine's rose for his Brazilian boo-thang.
Yes, this was a lovely story about a 22-year-old Irish labourer, Cormac Kelly from County Carlow, who is currently in the midst of a hot boy Australian summer, digging holes and filling skip bins by day and partying at the Backpackers by night. Cormac says he's living the dream, especially now that he's going steady with one of the Brazilian traffic controllers also living it up out here in the Channel Country.
Yes, it's a marriage of the two major cultures on one of the construction sites down there in Betoota Heights, and things are going so well that Cormac has decided to traffic a single rose all the way along the train to give his boo-thang back at her place. Those were the direct words Clancy Overall got
Right.
from Cormac himself. It's not my common parlance.
I know.
Obviously, there were a few heckles sent Cormac's way, but as he pointed out to the kind of overweight, middle-aged man on the train heckling him, if they were seeing who he was seeing, they probably picked themselves up a rose as well.
I haven't heard an Irishman say a boo-thang. Yeah,
I don't know where that comes
I mean,
from.
how would they say it, you know?
Boo-tang!
Oh, no. No, I'm taking home this rose to my boo-tang.
They'd find a way to squeeze a like in there as well.
No, she's
Boo-tang like.
No, she's totally grand, mate. I love her, man.
Yeah. Anyway, that's apparently what this man, young Cormac from County Carlow, says. So
Anyway, mate,
good for him. I
it's a
hope it
good
lasts.
note to finish this
Yeah,
weekly
it
podcast
is.
on.
A relationship that'll last forever and ever. Good luck to them. I wonder where they'll settle.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
chuck your alarm.
See you later.